Hello, Virgo. This is your November 2022 reading. Sun, Moon, Rising. Take it if it resonates. Leave what doesn't. It is the perfect time to do this reading. So I'm going to go ahead and begin. Your overall theme is an unrequited love offer that is met with some unwanted type of energy. It could be, as an alternative to this, getting upset about a love offer that isn't coming in the way you want it to. And so you're trying to work with the energies as they are the best you can while trying to be optimistic about a situation. It's a lack of emotional expression or a pouring out of emotional expression that is not being received that well, or is coming off as maybe aggressive in nature, and having to deal with this in a more lighthearted, or learning to deal with this in a more lighthearted, there's like a compromising, there's a juggling of, do I even take the chance or do I not? Because this is the way that it seems to be panning out. And you're unsure about any kind of sort of understanding or compromise that would come from the two different vibrations that are meeting in the middle. Now, when I say love offer, this could be a romantic sense. It can be any kind of variation of love that you can understand in this life. You're thinking very secretively this month. You're not really sharing all of what you're thinking because you instinctively know that there will be some kind of combative situation that comes of what you're thinking. It's also keeping things to yourself because you know that there may be some conflicting energies that are going to be affecting how you're thinking. This is also being confused about a conflict in your life. And that confusion might be sparring some sort of push and pull between, do I offer my emotions up or do I come at this defensively and brashly? Or in a brash manner, if brashly is not a word. You are speaking in a very harmonious and loving way. Maybe this is because you're trying to win somebody over with your words. I do have the Strength card here. So there could be some sort of needing to tame this lion, this aggressive nature of somebody else with sweet talking. Or you may feel that this is what you find yourself doing in this period, or your person, however this fits. This could be about somebody else, this could be about you. Now, This could also have to do with the mother. You could be arguing with your mother at this time. Could be a very conflicting relationship, you and your mother. Now, if that's not the case, take the other. Take the latter. Take something. There's some kind of private way of thinking about something, keeping stuff to yourself. Very psychic also, so your intuition can be used this month in avoiding conflict, I think. This could have to do with the eclipse coming up and the change that comes with that energy. Now, besides the sweet talking your way out of things and trying to tame some sort of unwanted energy into something that would be more harmonious, your home life, it seems like you've been waiting for something to kind of come to a period where you can say, okay, I've done this, or I have this, and it doesn't seem to be all that it's been, you've been hoping for as soon as you've been hoping for it. It's taking longer than expected. There's more patience needed. If this has to do with any passion projects in the home, any financial situations going on at home, you may be saving money for a home as well. Now, in terms of the fourth house being the fourth card, I see you trying to win somebody over, and it taking some time to see some results, and it might be kind of daunting right now how much effort it's taken to get to this point. But as we migrate into the next card, I see that if it's a love situation, there is some sort of coming together and unionization of some kind. So you could be waiting to pair up with somebody in terms of a living situation, whether that be romantic or roommate or whatever, house share. And it seems like when we move forward, we end up making a decision about something that we've been waiting for a long time. And it could go either way. Usually I see the Lovers in the upright as a very positive card. So there's a duality with it. The divine masculine, divine feminine, but there is also the universe coming in and showing that there is almost this separate entity that's created partaking in the event. It's being overlooked by the universe and blessed by the universe. So take that as it resonates. I do have the Two of Cups and the Lovers in this reading. If this isn't a card about some sort of partnership, moving to the next level, I don't know what it's about, because it seems like that's what it's about. There might have been some arguments having to do with things not moving as fast for someone as they would have liked. There also could be problems with someone's mother and your mother-in-law, your potential mother-in-law. There's that kind of, or secrets that cause conflicts within you that you've been holding on to, or that they've been holding on to. Excuse me. And all right, let's move forward. So the fourth card, Seven of Pentacles, the fifth card, the Lovers. Now, the fifth card in this spread is your self-esteem. You're feeling like on one hand, you feel like you're very confident and you're feeling very peaceful. On the other, you may have this duality of, but things aren't exactly where I want them to be, or I have to make a choice between my doing something that makes me feel good about something, or makes me feel good about how things are going, and having to include another dynamic within that. But I see you figuring out a way to blend the two energies together, at least on your end or your person's end, and that being able to be communicated. There is communication with a loved one. There could be spicy kind of relations going on that have taken some time to move to the next level. So, how you're emotionally feeling, how your energy and creativity is going. You might have to bring your energy back to yourself or start doing that. I maybe think you've been putting a lot of energy into the relationship, and maybe you haven't seen exactly tit for tat what's been put out is being given back. So maybe there's this withdrawing of energy, or you're starting to withdraw your energy in order to kind of regain some mojo, some passion. There might be a lack of energy at this time where you feel like you can't create as much because, or you're redoing something that you did create. So you could be revising a new passion project, for example. Or you could be directing your energy in a whole new way, but more inwards. Maybe that's why you're feeling pretty private or secretive at this time. Or confused, maybe, or conflicted. You don't know. It's like a love-hate kind of situation. Like sometimes you're like, I really love this person. It's moving forward. It's going good. And then other times you're feeling very conflicted about, maybe I should withdraw some of the emotional energy that I've been putting out and the passion that I've been putting towards this, because it seems like I'm always met with arguments or frustration. And so you're a little withdrawn in that department. Your instincts, your survival, a fight or flight, sense of security in your sexuality. You're accepting that you can't change some things that you've emotionally experienced. Maybe you've lost a friend recently, and there was an argument, and you're trying to win them back, and it's just not been working, and you're starting to bring your energy inward, and you've been grieving this, and you've now started to move on to the next phase of grief, and you're accepting the love that you can receive in your life now. It's just sad that you lost the 3. Friends might be holding you back in some way. There might be friends that have caused you some strife. This might be what this reading is about. You have a new love partner, and it's moving to the next level, and you feel like your friends have kind of abandoned you because they don't like this person, and you've been trying to keep the peace between the two. and you love your friends, you love your partner, and it just isn't working out. So a decision has to be made, and yeah, it's always a tough one. So what you're reaching for, you're really, really trying at your hand to calm the beast, to have the strength to go into the middle of that cage with that lion and subdue it and calm it down and, you know, make a feral beast into a domesticated animal. Now, this could be in terms of your partner. You're trying to figure out a way to get somebody who's pretty um, uh, vivacious and just very, I'd say a little dramatic, a little bit maybe even sexual, with expansively sexual, like in a way that like maybe they're causing some arguments because there is a lot of flirtation going on, and you're very flirtatious, and that's causing some conflict at home with your partner. There is a little bit of maybe of, you know, boredom, but not necessarily dissatisfaction that comes from being in a more secure relationship. And so there could be this push and pull between not being able to flirt with other people and getting into arguments, or flirting with the wrong people and getting into arguments. And there might be some playfulness. There's an enjoyment of whatever banter is going on to some degree. So there is a little bit of drama in this. But you're really trying to calm and tame the situation down, whether it's with friends not liking your partner, whether it's your partner not liking how you behave emotionally with other people, or it's your mother and you're having to kind of calm the situation down and try to restore the maturity of the relationship. What's connecting that to what's burdening you is that you're on the defense. You know, you're sick of being on the defense. You're tired, and you feel like you've had your hand bit a few times from the situation, or if someone else feels like that about you, and there is like this need to have a moment to rest in between like battles here. So, and there's experience, like you've been through this a number of times. There could be some mental health issues as well with this person, or you might have been struggling with some mental health issues, conflicts of the mind, emotional conflicts, etc. Because I do have the Nine of Swords in your burdens, what's on your shoulder, what you're carrying, and that's a really kind of tough energy. That's like dark night of the soul. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of bed every day. I don't know how I'm going to face myself in the mirror today. I feel so down. I've been waiting for things to change, but it doesn't seem like anything's getting better. And I'm just fearing the worst. I'm fearing the next thing that will come that will just destroy me. And fearing is the key word there. You might have been having really bad nightmares too from stress around this time, because I do have the Nine of Swords and the moon above it, and the colors are fitting for each other, and they both take place at night, and it just gives me like, you know, stress dreams. Now, in terms of you, so you might have been very stressed and ready for anything really, because you're on your toes. You're walking on eggshells right now. Somebody's walking on eggshells, and it's having to do with this taming this beast, and calming the relationship, constantly having to soothe someone or some situation, and that could be really taking a toll on you at this time, or someone else. So there is this letting go of some immature news, some excitement, you're trying to let go of maybe a childish way of expressing yourself, or someone else's, and that's connected to some sort of domestication. Again, with the domestication, there's this familial kind of picture here with the Ten of Cups, and it's like the achievement of the emotional dream, and it sometimes can be the building of a dream. So you're letting go about the excitement that you once had for building this dream that's connected to a business idea, or a type of dream home for your family, or having a peaceful almost existence within the home. You're waiting for things to change, and become more harmonious and more mature. And it seems like there also might be a trouble starter that's younger than you in this situation. It could be within your family that's causing problems with your relationship with your mother, or your relationship with your wife, or your relationship with your girlfriend, or somebody that you live with. There's a very nurturing energy with the Queen of Cups. So this could be a child that's been problematic, and you're trying to like let go, or tame the enthusiasm within the family about this, or the drama within the situation, or somebody's you're letting go of messaging somebody within the family, potentially, that is somebody that you would normally consider to be a very nurturing person, because of this conflict with the emotions and the arguments. So give me 1 second. It seems like this childlike inspiration or passion for something, this news that's exciting, you're letting go of it somehow. You're dropping it. You're seeing it as a burden. You're seeing it as something that's kind of a burden to the family. It's exciting news from the family, or even communication with the family. There's somebody in your family that's an earth sign, potentially, or Pisces, or Capricorn, potentially Virgo, Taurus, that you're letting go of that whole thing. Also, I don't see an animal in this card. And normally, other Ten of Cups cards have an animal depiction. really see it because it's terrible lighting right now. But I don't see any animals anywhere. There's something wrong with this. But then here we have the bunny rabbit. So somebody might have been excited about getting an animal, because I have here the lion. I have here talking about, and there's a lion. And then I have what you're reaching for, you're petting a lion. I have another animal in her hands. It's animals in the hands. So a child of yours might have been excited about getting an animal, and what you're unaware of is that maybe someone you know that's a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo is going to be bringing you this animal, giving you an animal to take care of, but you've given up on the idea of getting one for some reason. That's coming through. You might also be giving up this childlike enthusiasm for this dream, building this dream that you've had for a long time, because you're getting more practical about how you're nurturing your environment, how you're building your environment, and the empire that you're building. All right, I'm going to move on from that. What you're chasing. You're chasing or going towards more intuitive friendships, because you've had your heart broken by your friends or some kind of third-party situation potentially. You're taking time to understand what you've already experienced. You're not going for learning anything new. You're taking time to understand what you've already gone through, what the facts are that you currently have in your hands, because you're overwhelmed and you don't want to be chasing after anybody or anything, because you can't take any more burden right now. And that's connected to this heartbreak that you received, that you're healing from right now. And this has to do with a friend circle or a third-party situation. It could have been an issue with friends showing off and you feeling like you don't have enough to show for yourself. And you don't want a relationship where you're constantly made to feel less than someone else, or worried about what people think of you and having to defend yourself and constantly be on guard. And kind of, I see that it's the strength in reverse is like not wanting to tame this beast, not wanting to play pretend kitty with a lion. You know, you want somebody who you genuinely get. You don't have to learn them. You don't have to take the time to. You're running towards dropping the ball on a friendship or a group of friends because it's just been emotionally painful, and you're looking to take these daggers out of your heart that have been put there by these mean and nasty things that they've potentially said or done that have hurt you. what you're going towards. And they could have hurt your partner as well, because they could have been hurtful things they said about your partner that you didn't agree with your friends talking about them that way, or vice versa. What you're going away from. Catastrophe. Having to do with how you express your love for people, and having that met with immaturity. You don't want an immature love. You don't want immature, exuberant love. You want mature love. The Queen of Cups is very practical. She's very mature. And you're unaware of maybe that's what you're looking for now, because you're maybe getting ready to, maybe you're growing up. Maybe there's, not that you're a child, but maybe you're growing up again. Like, I feel like I grow up every day a little bit here and there, you know? So you could potentially be enlightened that your love, that this love or expression of affection or actions that were taken to show love, there was something not well thought out about that. So it's either on your partner's end or your end, or your friend's end and your end. And maybe because there is an immaturity there, there wasn't any emotional driving, you know, emotions, true, genuine emotion to drive the situation towards. So it's just, there's this like leveling of a relationship of some kind. It's like because somebody didn't receive what they wanted in terms of your love or affection or friendship, or, you know, take it as it applies. They're like ready to cut your head off. They're like ready to, you know, they're not thinking very wise. They're just, and it could be just one rotten apple that's causing the friend group to really sour, and it's unfortunate, but you do have your love here. So if you're in a relationship and this has to do with that, you're gonna grieve your friends, and you're gonna turn around and you're gonna have that person there at home, you know, or if it's your partner that's causing these issues, your world might be turned upside down a little bit, but your friends, you know, I see that there's something collaborative will be destabilizing. So, and it has to do with people showing off their money. Yeah, lots of money. And you feel like you're manifesting this all alone. Or somebody might have taken credit for, I don't have the Seven of Swords here, but somebody might have taken credit for something that you did or you were involved with, and it was really hurtful. And what's grounding you is you always feeling like there's more to learn. Like you're not wanting to learn a person, but you're okay and working in a harmonious relationship with somebody. So you're looking for that stable ground in communication. You want stable communication. You want to be able to speak your mind freely with somebody. And that's what's going to set you free. That's what's going to like help you in your communications with others, even when it might not feel like the easiest. I feel like the last reading also had this, but this is a little different because you're trying to escape being the one that's always receiving the empty cup. I feel like you're beginning to understand your truth and what how you think about things. And you're not going to keep trying to make light of something that is not fitting, or that is collapsing, that is falling apart. You're not going to beat a dead horse is what I'm getting from this. You're also strong in knowing that you have an opinion. Your opinion matters, I feel like. And sometimes we have to trust our own truth, you know, what's coming up for us. So you do want things to be better in this situation. And there's a lot of love here, and there's a maturing of a relationship. If people around you are not being nice and understanding and being compassionate towards you as a friend, and also not being dramatic or troublemaking in any shape, way, or form, I hope that they're not. But if they are, you will make the decision to cut out what is immature or prematurely becoming destructive in your life. And that's what's going to be grounding you this month. You're being torn between the inability to offer love to somebody who's maybe becoming aggressive, or feeling like you don't really care about somebody, but you're also feeling very angry at them for what the words they've said, or what the love that they haven't offered, and or in the, you know, that you haven't received in the way you'd like. And it does seem like there's maybe a lack of passion, and that things haven't been, you know, as physical as you would have liked, or because you've been sad and stressed out, things haven't been very good sexually in the relationship, if it is a romantic relationship. You might have lost some friends because of a relationship kind of getting shaky, is what I'm saying. And I'm really sorry if that's the case, but I think that if you're working from this place of confidence, just know that whatever is going on in the situation, that it is sad, and you can definitely or stressful, and you can definitely acknowledge that, but definitely side with the duality of feel the emotions, be happy, make the choice to be confident, put yourself out there. If you are afraid of offering your love because you're wondering if it will be met with, you know, you're like shooting back and forth between, do I not do it? Do I do it? Do I not do it? Do I do it? It seems like you're emotionally conflicted about something having to do with love. And if it's just whether you should go for it and that you're being a little shy, I say go for it. Take that leap and see where it takes you. Of course, you know, take my advice with a grain of salt, because this is a reading for many people and it will not apply to everybody. But yeah, I see that there's some sort of emotional growth within a relationship here, or an emotional growth within you, and you choosing yourself. And in order to do that, you might need to put yourself out there for somebody. Express your love for somebody, even if you're afraid it's going to be met with something. And if that requires cutting off some people and doing what you have to do to invite this situation or person into your life or back into your life, after a time of, arguing or whatever, I see you doing that. I see that being something that you could go for. All right. Wow. Virgo, I hope you have an amazing November, and I will see you in December for the 2023 yearly zodiac readings. Take care. Bye.